Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, a resource for you and your worship team to become better musicians and worship leaders. Today we're working on Nothing is Impossible by Joth Hunt. Originally it's in the key of C. We're going to be doing it in the key of G. We're going to give you tips on how to approach this song and use it in a time of worship.
The song starts with a delay-based idea using dotted eights. When you try ideas like this, you need to play in time. So let me show you the notes without the delay. So it's a G note, starts with a G note, and a D. So take note of that D because we are going to be coming back to that note. So I'm just alternating between the G and the D, and then you move that note up to A, holding that D, and then you move that again, then move it up again to C. So let me play to you the riff with the delay on. Sounds like this. So while I'm playing that, I'm actually muting the G note or the G string to highlight that D note. So with a delay. Okay. So you're actually interacting with the delay pedal. The chorus uses a very common chord progression. It's a 1, 5, 6, 4. It's very popular. Almost all songs use that progression, so it sounds like this. So I just used power chords, so 1, 5 for each chord. So but to control the dynamics of that, I use palm muting. So instead of just playing you can actually control your dynamics by muting some of the notes. So for example, you can control your volume without changing your volume and without changing how hard you're playing the notes. So
this is how you play the intro part for this song. So the pattern is bum 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 bum. Making it faster. And the verse part of the song, and almost all the parts of the song are played in 8 notes. So make sure that when you're playing it, that the notes are even. It sounds clear, all the notes. Make sure that you are playing in time. It sounds like this. Notice that the more fingers you use, the easier it is to play. So also practice using more than one finger when you are playing the bass.
Nothing is Impossible for this particular version is going to be played with soft synths, and it goes a little bit like this. For the intro part, you play it a little bit low and then slow. Notice as well that I am employing the use of inversions to keep my notes grouped together closely. And then for the interlude riffs, you can play a little bit in the higher register so that it's heard.
So with this song, you need to have a consistent feel, and it needs to be driving. So it's really got to have a lot of energy. So the first thing to do is to just be able to play the interludes and the chorus with an aggressive type of a feel. And it's 4 on the floor in the bass drum, 2 and 4, and then 8th notes. So basically just play along to the track in a metronome and get something that feels like this. You know, it's got to really drive and have forward momentum again so that the song feels right. I'd like to pay a little closer attention to the bridge. And so on the bridge, we have this 1, 2, 3. So basically you have this doom, bap, bap, and then an upbeat snare drum, and then fill-in. But you'll notice the fill-ins, usually the 2 and 4 still gets brought out on the snare drum. So that can be interesting, a challenge, and then so just come up with an exercise where you play different things, but try to keep the 2 and 4 on the snare drum. Something that sounds like this. And then it's up to you where you go from there. It's an ad-lib thing, so the more comfortable you are playing it, the more comfortable you will be with making different patterns and coming up with your own ideas based on the original idea, which is boom, bap, 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 fill in. Bap, 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 some sort of a fill in. So that's the idea behind it. It's cool to have a sort of a hit pattern and then to be able to improvise in between the hits but still catch the hits. And so this song, that part of this song anyway, gets you going in that direction.
Through you, I can do anything. It's important to understand the background of the songs we sing and have scriptural references supporting. The obvious scripture for nothing is impossible is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. No matter what you face, no matter what you're going through Christ, He can strengthen you to make it through. You can do it. Nothing is impossible. Down, I know that you're here with me. I know that you can do anything. Through you, I can do anything. I can do all things, 'cause it's you who gives me strength. Nothing is impossible through you. Blind eyes are open. Strongholds are broken. I am living by faith. Nothing is impossible. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe in you. We hope this has been helpful for you. Remember, as you keep on working for excellence, it's not about performance, it's about worship. Make Gloryfall Interactive your resource for worship leading. You can do this by connecting with us through Facebook, facebook.com/gloryfall, or our website, gloryfall.net. You can ask us any questions you have about worship, and we'll do our best to get you the answers. Thank you for tuning in to Gloryfall Interactive here on Light Network, working with you for excellence in worship.